Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. This is Craft with Five. This is a collaboration put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts, who is Beth here on YouTube. And it's a playlist collaboration, so you can go down in and follow us. You don't have to deal with hashtags. She gives us 5 things for the month to use, and then I have to find them and make something with them. For March, it's flower, green, yellow, image stamp, sequins. Noni's going to say I should have done a daffodil. I didn't even think about it till now. What I came up with was I don't have a lot of colors of ink pads. I have Distress Oxides in some sort of, like I did a green last month that wasn't a real bright tree. So I got into my markers. So if you're a new stamper, this is a great way to get started. A lot less expensive than having ink pads. And if you like to do stuff like this. So first I'll show you the card and then I'll talk about the markers. I have my yellow, I've got plenty of green, I've got a couple different greens on here, and then sequins. And the sequins were inspired by a card that Creatively Crafted Life Melanie did in, I think it was in our Smash Our Stash collaboration, something else. And she thought maybe she had too many sequins, and I thought it was magnificent. So that is how I got the sequin placement idea. And then I have a yellow and green patterned paper out of my stash because I was trying to make it so there wasn't a whole bunch of white space. For me, if I just stamp on the card, I don't color and get exciting enough to make it interesting. So I stamped on white, then I have it matted in gold, and then I have this patterned paper. And this paper has a little bit of texture, which makes it even more fun. I did a stamp first of this that I actually liked better, that had more variation in the stems and stuff, but I stamped it on notebook paper so we couldn't exactly use it, and then I was too lazy to do another one. It's an old hero art stamp that was in my stash, and I was thinking, should I get rid of that? And then no, I used it and had fun. It is 2007. And then on the inside, I have some of that patterned paper to make it fun. How I did this, if you have water-based markers, so you can use Tombos, you can use Zigs, you can use Crayolas, you just take those and you color on your stamp. I haven't washed the stamp, so we can color on it more. You can get super dainty and you can go like this. I usually go like this. I use the flat side so that I can do a whole bunch. And then if I want variety, I go in. Use your lightest marker first if you want to keep your inks clean and not gunk up the end of your marker. That's probably why this one was so dark, because I didn't want to use my light green on it. Because now if I go in, I'm going to pick up that dark green on this bright green. I used this one for my sentiment. You just color them. Then I colored my butterfly yellow and I did happy wishes with this. You color the whole thing. Then we used to call it huffing, I think, but now we don't say that, right? So you just breathe on it like this. Essentially what you're doing is you're taking the moisture from your hot breath, you're getting it moist again. You want to color fairly quickly too. You can't color and then go to the store. And then you stamp it. And you didn't need ink pads, and you can do different colored sections. So for somebody like me who doesn't want to color, this is great. So that's how I did that. And then you can see some of my flowers, there's variation. It's not flat like if I used an ink pad. So I have some shadows. I don't have a lot of variation in color, but I do have a lot of variation in the saturation, which makes it more interesting. My first one did have more variety in color. The other thing is they're always going to turn out different. You could make 10 cards, color them with your markers, and if you're doing something like this where you're mixing greens on your foliage, they're going to turn out different. You could also use it to do a repetition card where you use a small stamp 3 different times, but you want it to turn out a little bit different. All sorts of fun ideas. This is like old school, 90s. This is not new, and you do not have to have a certain kind of markers. Don't use alcohol ink markers. If you use fancy Copics or something like that, or a Sharpie, all you're doing is coloring your stamp. You will not put color on paper. Be sure to check out what the other collaborators in Craft with Five made. I'm having fun. I'm just doing 1 card a month. Who knows? Maybe some other time I may make a journal or mix it up. But I am enjoying getting the stuff out that I wouldn't use. I would not have done a stamped image with markers. I'm not a green and yellow girl. And I very often forget to use my image stamps like this that have, something big and fun on them because I use so much pattern paper and embellishments. Feel free to play along if you want. I'm sure that Beth did a great job and posted the thing for the year somewhere. I don't think that I have done that, but I would also be happy to help you if you can't find it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.